everybody. I'm Hung from Beyond Education, and now I will talk about my parts, that is environmental impacts and social costs of fast fashion. So, first, the impacts on the environment have two big issues, that is the water pollution and microplastic. So, about water, microplastic, no, sorry, water pollution of fashion industry is known as the second largest consumer and the second largest polluter. So you wonder why fashion industry has the name second largest consumer. It is because, for example, it's take 2.6 thousand liters to make a t-shirt and 7.6 thousand of liters for a pair of jeans. And this water is enough for a person to drink all years. So about the name, the second largest polluter is from textile dyeing process. These processes release toxin and also leftover water, but companies don't reuse them or don't reuse them or don't use them or use the water loop system. Instead, they dumping them into ditches and river or stream as make the water system in that area polluted. So another problem is another problem is cotton farming. You know, cotton farming need a large amount of water to for irrigation and treatment, and also crop. And cotton is a rain-fed crop, so it needs a lot of water to grow. Nowadays, cotton farmers use a lot of pesticides and fertilizers in order to increase the quantity and the quality of cotton farming in order to meet the demands of those companies, and the the toxins, pesticides and fertilizers released gradually invade the grounds and also the water system in the grounds. So now come to microplastic. Microplastic is also a big issue in fashion industry. 60% of textile is made from synthetic fibers, and synthetic fibers release microplastic. And there's a fact that there is 35% of microplastic is in the ocean. So about microplastic impacts on the human's health, and this is a little come out the blue that microplastic are found in humans' bodies, and this have to effect that is change the body's metabolism by causing poisoning and disturb the metabolism enzymes. And also there's a report said that exposing to the microplastic often can weaken our immune system. But it's just a report, not officially proof. So now I have a question for you. Do you think this do you think this theory is true or false? And tell me your opinion. So now next is the impacts on the society. First part is about worker wages. So in Bangladesh, garment worker makes about 3.5 dollars a day, and according to the government wage reports, the garment worker needs 5 times of this amount to buy the necessity for the basic life. And by giving government workers low wages, company can make more profits, make more products with more profits. So there's a report say that 91% 1% of government workers in Bangladesh struggle to buy food for their family and themselves. So, so not only giving wages, the government worker also get exploitation and illnesses. About exploitation, sadly, there there's a very big issues in many countries. In fashion industry, it is forced and child labor. There's many countries on the list like Argentina, Bangladesh, Brazil, and sadly, Vietnam is also on the list. So, for example, in Bangladesh, the government workers are hit the get hit brutally if they don't meet the target or quit the job, and then they are forced to continue to do the work. Seeing this, many government workers in Cambodia can stand can stand. They they start a riot and they start and riots, and sadly, a lot of people dies and a lot of people are beaten to die by the police, and even a bystander gets shot by the police just gets shot by the bully. Even a bystander also gets shot by a bully and died. And this day in Cambodia is like war. So not only get exploit some government workers, also get some illnesses that they can't cure, like cancer or skin disease, but because it is a result of exposing to the and toxin every day, and some government workers have government workers have some government workers have illnesses, but they can't cure because they are too poor to go to the hospital, and the company not responsible for these activities. So next is about the working condition. For, in many countries like Bangladesh or Brazil, Argentina, the working condition for government worker is very poor. And for example, is the collapse in Rana Plaza. The collapse, occurred in 2030, and it caused 1,000 deaths and 2,500 injured. And you know what? Some some uh, some days before the accidents, many workers realized that the the factory is going to collapse, but they are forced to continue to work, and they have to work to have money to buy foods for their family. Another example for poor condition, poor working condition is the leather factory. In many, in many countries, leather factories make workers exposed to a lot of toxin a day, so it gives them fatal illnesses and skin disease. But you know what? The companies didn't take charge of the result because because they scared to lose the profit and their fame. So I have a question for you. If you were the head of this company, would you do this thing to become rich? Now I will suggest a solution for fast fashion. It is slow fashion. Slow fashion is known as a kind of fashion that are more sustainable and have better quality and timeless style, which good for customer to wear a clothes for a long time and don't scare off the clothes will out trend. And and slow fashion are also suggest closed water loop system which reuse the water when they dyeing the textile many times, and this will reduce the water pollution. Also, the fair, also about the fair trade. Uh, Not like fast fashion, slow fashion give fair, give workers fair wages and also don't exploit them. So slow fashion is very famous for its fair trade and also work fair products like the transparent the process of making the products so customer can know if they are sustainable or not sustainable. So a more so now I will compare fast fashion and slow fashion. So fast fashion market imitation of runway style, but slow fashion slower the production schedules and pay more attention on quality and details. Fast fashion clothes are very easy to dispose and often last around 6 weeks before it falling apart. And but the slow fashion clothes are more durable and designed to last for generation. About the profit, fast fashion make over fast fashion make over a 1 trillion money a year, but slow fashion have smaller segments for the market, growing every year. So a more wide, a wider, a wider definition for slow fashion. It is sustainable fashion. So the question is, what aspect of the sustainable fashion sustainable? So sustainable fashion knows as using eco-friendly material, like they use material that can biodegrade in a few weeks or a few months, and they also upcycling, which make the which which made the which made the waste to become which make the waste to the up level. And and the most important part of sustainable fashion is its respect worker rights, with which give workers fair wages and not exploitation. And and now, if you want to know more about sustainable fashion, and we'll talk about New Uniqlo, which is a sustainable fashion brand. Give a listen.